name is Aman Sharma and the topic of my presentation is Mott insulator transition and high temperature superconductivity. Now we can perform a few operations on a niobium film which we call phonon engineering and drastically change its properties. So in my review article I have discussed the work of Nobuyuki Zen in his 2019 and 20 papers. In these papers he showed that how we can perform phonon engineering or on a niobium film by periodically perforating it. So what we do is he took a niobium film and created holes in it. Then he passed the niobium film through a few heating and cooling cycles and measured its resistance. He observed that within a few heating and cooling cycles the niobium film undergoes Mott insulator transition, and if he continued then for a few more heating and cooling cycles and observed that on doing so the niobium film went through another transition, which is superconductivity transition. So here is how a periodically perforated niobium film looks like. Now the diameter of a hole here is 20.65 micrometer and the thickness of the film is 150 nanometer. Now what is the aim of my review article? It is to understand the physics of Mott insulator transition and superconductivity transition. So I would like to explain with my review article that what is actually happening when Mott insulator transition and superconductivity transition happens inside the sample. The next thing I would I want to explain is that how to verify with experiments that Mott insulator transition is actually happening. So for that one can check for Anderson localization and measure the magnetic susceptibility. So with these measurements how one can verify that Mott insulator transition is happening, this I would like to explain. The another thing I would like to explain is that how we can verify with experiments that superconductivity transition is happening. For this we can check for a phenomena called beating heart of phase slip centers, and we can plot another curve which is conductance versus bias curve, and from that we can obtain a curve conductance versus bias square curve, and this can be used to confirm that D wave pairing is there or not in the sample. So it is generally seen that high Tc superconductivity is due to D wave pairing of the electrons, and if we confirm that D wave pairing is there in our sample, then it would be also a confirmation of the high Tc superconductivity. Here is the main result of Nobuyuki's 2019 paper, and in this paper he showed how he plotted resistance versus temperature curve for a number of heating and warming cycles for both niobium and phononic crystal niobium. So the niobium film in which we have created through holes, we call it PNC niobium. Now the below curve is for niobium in which holes have not been created, and we see that for all the cooling and warming cycles it retraces the same curve, while the upper one is for PNC niobium with in which the periodic holes have been created, and we see that these heating and cooling cycles, the curve doesn't retrace itself. So we see that during the first cooling cycle the temperature first reduces, then rises at near about 43 Kelvin, and during the first warming the resistance rises again near 43 Kelvin. Now the green curve shows what happens for the second cooling. Again the temperature drops down and rises again at around the same temperature. So this is the point when we say that mod insulator transition is happening. Now we see a curious thing here, that during the first cooling and second cooling cycle, the resistance reduces on reducing the temperature. So this is the property of a metal, that resistance reduces with temperature. And after the second cooling during the third warming and third cooling, which is shown here by a blue curve, we see that resistance increases with reducing temperature. So this is a property of an insulator. So here we see that the sample which was initially showing metal type properties has started showing insulator type property now. So we conclude that mod insulator transition is happening. Now we can check for a few more properties, like we can check if Anderson localization is happening there or not, and is there antiferromagnetic spin pairing in the sample. So to check the Anderson localization, we calculate a value which is KFL. So Kf is the Fermi wave vector and L is the length of the unit cell. Here in the plot above we can see KFL values have been calculated for different heating and cooling cycles. For the first cooling, KFL is 1.24, and for the second warming it is 1.02. So we see that with each subsequent cycle the value of KFL goes down. So the value of KFL is approaching 1, which is the Eiffel-Regal limit, and by this it is confirmed that Anderson localization is happening in the sample. The another measurement which can be performed, which confirms if there is antiferromagnetic spin coupling in the system, we can measure magnetic susceptibility for the sample. So in the below curve, the magnetic susceptibility has been calculated for a niobium film, and for the above one it has been calculated for phenolic crystal niobium. Now for niobium film, we observe that as the temperature drops down below 8.5 Kelvin, the magnetic susceptibility drops down to -1. So this is the point where superconductivity transition happens for a niobium film, and the magnetic susceptibility drops down to -1 because a superconductor is a diamagnet. But we see a different case for PNC niobium. Below this temperature, the magnetic susceptibility doesn't drop down to 0, or it doesn't go to -1, rather it stays positive. So this confirms that there is antiferromagnetic spin coupling in the system. This is another result by Nobuyuki. It was published in 2020 paper. It is available on arXiv. Now what happened is, he took the same sample, the periodically perforated niobium sample, and he passed it through a few initial and cooling cycles, and he didn't stop this time up to 3 or 4 cycles, but continued for a larger number of cycles. And he observed that during the 25th warming, the resistance drops down to 0. So this was the main result of this paper, and you will see if you read my review article that I have that one can also One can also check that this zero resistance state is due to superconductivity or not, and one can also perform experiments to verify if if d wave electron pairing is there or not. So that's it for this presentation. Thank you for listening.